Okay, so have any of you wondered why God gave us two arms and not just one arm or no arms? Well, our White House top COVID advisor has the answer. Listen closely.
Because here's what we know.
Oh boy. Okay, let's just stop right there. Here's what we know. Where have I heard that before? Well, initially, when these open quote vaccines, close quote, first came out, the early adopters were told the vaccines would protect, completely prevent infection without even a mention of the concept of boosters, aka updated vaccines, aka non tested new formulations. No mention of that. They were just promised, yeah, you're good. Get the vaccine, you're good.
Right.
And then the next thing they said was, here's what we know. It turns out you can actually get COVID, but it'll be less severe, so you won't be hospitalized. Okay, that's called a treatment. That's not how vaccines work. And then, well, actually, you can also spread it to other people. Okay. And then experts promised, here's what we know. You can actually be infected bad enough to be hospitalized, but you won't die. We know how that turned out. And then, here's what we know. You actually can die, but we have these boosters that'll prevent that. So we know how that turned out. And then, here's what we know. The boosters won't keep you from dying either. And in fact, the majority of COVID deaths are among the vaccinated now, including those who are boosted. Okay, that's how Here's What We Know works. So let's see what he has to say.
If folks get their updated vaccines and they get treated if they have a breakthrough infection.
Okay, so emergency use authorization for a vaccine is only supposed to stay in effect legally if a treatment is not available. The vaccine is the only option, therefore it gets emergency use authorization. It's still under EUA, and he's talking about a treatment in the same sentence as the EUA vaccine. Not supposed to happen. I don't know how they're even getting away with this.
We can prevent essentially every COVID death in America.
Okay, so he says, get your updated vaccines, and then if you get a breakthrough, that's the word they use for completely failed vaccine, here's a treatment for your breakthrough because you got it anyways. If the vaccine worked as initially promised, and like any of the vaccines of the past, we wouldn't need a treatment. Mainstream media is now telling parents to keep their vaxxed kids away from non-vaxxed kids. When did you ever hear that recommendation for polio or measles? Only the non-vaccinated are supposed to be a danger to other non-vaccinated because the vaccine is supposed to actually prevent infection and provide protection, which is the whole point. It always has been.
That is a remarkable fact 2.5 years after we found this virus first in our country.
Wow, okay. And then he's bragging about this solution that he's promising here. It only took 2.5 years. When in the history of the planet have we ever had an infection, pandemic, whatever you want to call it, for 2.5 years? This is the longest by far of any plague, anything that's ever happened in the history of the planet. And he's bragging, it only took him 2.5 years. Good Lord.
But it's going to take all of us to make that happen. So please.
Okay, where have we heard that before? It's going to take all of us. Why would it? If the vaccine with a treatment actually worked as promised, why would all of us need to do it? Because if it worked as promised, those who did what he's telling us to do would be fine. And those of us who don't would all die off. Why are there still non-vaccinated people alive right now?
Don't wait. Get your COVID shot. Get your flu shot. That's why God gave you two arms.
Oh, good Lord. Okay, so he's saying, hurry, 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 hurry. God wants you to do this. This is why he gave you two arms. And in case you thought he was joking, here's what he said in September 2000.
I really believe this is why God gave us two arms, one for the flu shot and the other one for the COVID shot.
He keeps saying this over and over and over. He's either lying or he really believes it. And then I just had to throw this in because the Pfizer CEO goon is such a goon, cracking the creepiest.
God gave us two arms, one for the flu shot and the other one for the COVID shot.
Oh, no. So there you have it. There's your answer. Straight from our top White House COVID advisor and endorsed with a creepy smile by the Pfizer CEO.
And that's all I have to say about that.